So today, this morning, we're talking about love. Love. That's why it's a nice and bright Tuesday. Because we saw a story about a young lady, Florence Otedola, popularly known as DJ Cuppy, who recently got engaged after 25 days of meeting this guy. He's a boxer, Ryan Taylor. He's a British boxer. And she was going on and on about how much, love is beautiful. It's a beautiful thing that defies the concept of time and reason, and it's been found in the least expected way. And for those of us that have been in this industry for a minute, we have to think again and say, okay, looking at it in hindsight, and can love really be found in unexpected circumstances? And is it sustainable? Can you find true love in the shortest possible time? And does it really matter how quick or how long the love festers? Is that what determines the longevity of a relationship? That's really the conversation, not just about DJ Cuppy, because we're happy for her, and she's happy, we're happy. But the conversation is the principle of, okay, meeting somebody, because a lot of young people would like to just meet a guy and they just know that, you know what, this is it, and I'm done. I was seeing the message on that some lady also met her guy in 4 days, I think. Yes. He got engaged after 4 days of meeting. So love can come in any way, but is this sustainable? Is longevity still a factor to determine happiness? Is it still important to say we want something lasting? Is it necessary in this time? Because these are different times. What are your thoughts on this? Look at them, me callers. Let me call. You can call us on 081-270-53687, 091-390-7694. You can also tweet to us at TVC Connect. Please hashtag YourView TVC so we can read the tweets. Mara, let me start with you. And the reason I'm starting with this is because when a young person wants to get married, the reason why people tell you to do courtship is so you know this person, because if you enter, you can't go out again, and they have this, they more than they get young people to just get themselves ready for this new jump. Yeah. And then we see young girls who just 20 days, I'm ready. For 4 days, I'm ready. I know it's him. That's changed. Or do you think it's sustainable, or do you think it doesn't even matter?
Until it fails, then it did not work. And then until it wins, succeeds, then. But when I heard, this sort of story, I was just going through my mind, and this analogy came to me. I said that imagine if, like when you do maths, solve maths problem, right? There are some people that would take their time and do the formula, and then they get to the answer. And then there are some people that just get the answer and be like, how did you get the answer? They may have guessed the answer right, somehow. Yes, it's still the answer, we're here. And then there are some people who do the formula and still get the answer wrong, but then you take, for the work. And for me, I feel that people who take their time to go through that formula phase tend to remember, so it's more sustainable. They're able to solve even more problems because they've understood the principle and the process of working it out. So for me, I feel that is how relationships should be built. And because marriage is such a serious thing, at least the way that we have understood it, because it's a different time. Where for us, we believe when we come here, this person is not just only the person that I'm in love with and I just love to vibe with. I want him to also be the person that fathers my children. I want him to also be the partner for me for life. So I need to be careful the sort of person that I choose. And he needs to go through some tests and trials. Let's see how he'll be able to, take it. And then we make the decision. But I acknowledge that times have changed. We get married now, and the vibes does not feel right. Bro, please, door closed. Let's move on to the next. So I can imagine if marriages are not really meant for, let's stick to it, however hard it is. I can understand how it would be okay to, just jump into it. I've met someone who told me that their parents, just a full-grown adult, who told me that his parents married 2 weeks after first laying eyes on each other. 2 weeks after, they were in the registry and they had been married. At the time I met them, they had been married many years. They had adult children and grandchildren. So it works, but I feel that it is not the formula. That it would work for someone is not really the formula for
Let me come to you,
success.
BC, what are your thoughts on this?
So first of all, I'm very happy for Cuppy. I personally have a liking for her. I just love the girl. I love her energy. I follow her. I watch what she does. And when I saw this, I was like, oh, finally. Then somewhere here, I don't want her to be heartbroken. No. somehow I just wasn't feeling right all of a sudden, which I didn't know why, but I wish them all the best. However, I've come to realize in this my small life that there is really no formula to how to find love, where to find love, how to work love. There are people who have tried everything. They dated for 17 years, married for 2 years, and it packed up. There are people who have dated just, they have not even dated at all. They were matchmaked. And before you realize it, they've done 25 years together, 35 years together, and still counting. So I wouldn't sit here and say you must follow this pattern or follow this method to be able to have it right, because I know that sometimes you meet someone and your soul connects. You don't know where you're going to meet your soul partner. You may meet your soul partner for the very first time he sets eyes on you and he says, I want to take you, and you go the long haul, you work the life together. You may try several relationships without meeting your soul partner, and it keeps ending up. So I can't really say this is the right time. However, there's something I know about time that reveals all things. One of the reasons I wouldn't allow somebody to just meet somebody and jump in, whether it's you think is your soul partner or not, is allow time to reveal certain things and pay attention to when those things are revealed, because you may still be in that relationship blind. The butterflies in your stomach is so much you don't even reason, you don't even pay attention to the red flags. You may still be there and not pay attention. But when you are there, pay attention to those things that make this person a good human being. If you get a good human being, no matter what life throws at you, you'll be able to navigate that relationship properly, because both of you are good human beings. But if you meet a bad person and you rush in, for peradventure, you meet a bad person and you rush in, because you have not given it time to, some things will drop. No matter how pretentious you are, some things will slip while you still have time to understand each other. You may be able to make a better informed decision.
So all the grooming we give to young girls, especially that, don't rush in, take your time. Because I remember those lectures. Trust me, I was one of those good church girls. I attended all the prayer meetings, all the conferences on this kind of things. And they'll tell you, listen, you meet somebody, you have to know how they do things. You have to study this, you have to write your, I did all those things. So the point is that all those lectures, we throw them off the roof because modern girls and modern young men are like, you know what, I don't care. I like you, and that's it. Are we making adult decisions just to marry just because we like the person and we have the vibe? Is that the new world we are in, where all those things they ask us to do
are not necessary?
They're not necessary anymore. Is that what we're saying in YK?
You see, for me, one thing I have noticed about marriages, a lot of marriages, is the courtship is too long. When your body is still doing giz, and you still want each other, after a while in a relationship, you have the peak, and then you are now like brother and sister. You are now, in fact, what you couldn't do with each other 10 years ago, you are now doing now. You can't even imagine, I am doing this in front of this guy. But 10 years ago, I couldn't.
As you can fart in front of him,
I still don't fart in front of nobody. Never. Never.
I keep using that word on live TV. No.
Fart? It's an English word.
You don't fart because I'm not with you.
We didn't even
So,
say this.
no, we don't.
Completely.
No, we don't.
Yes.
Really? Are you serious?
Please.
No, why?
No, you
We
don't.
are still lovers now.
Why?
Why would you not fart? You want to be a husband? Are you okay?
I mean, if you fart in front of me, that's all. Everything beautiful and romantic about us, that's the end.
Are you kidding me? Wow, this is true.
I fart,
I
man.
fart too.
Hell yeah.
Oh, my goodness.
YK,
This
is not
language
fart.
on TV, on TV.
RT is a word. YK is a word.
Say what, please? I continue.
Okay, let's continue. Let's go back to the
Writing
matter.
to all of you.
No,
Let's
yes.
go
I
back.
know
Let's
I'm
go
all
back.
go. See them.
So YK that doesn't fart, and tell me about love.
So, number one culprit. So, anyway, so what I was saying is, so I cannot say that if they marry after 25 days, it will last long.
Yeah.
But I know that right now their body is still doing them giz. And they feel...
They will
it's
see
the-
plenty.
Okay, let's stay with the giz for a second, because in this time, when your body is doing giz, as adults, you like it, and you now try to have that bond as marriage because you choose to. Then, 1 year down the line, the giz wears off.
It always does.
Should society accept you that, you know what, we're leaving, we're divorcing. It's not a big deal. Why? Because then for us, it was a big deal. Why are we going to divorce? For what reason? You know? But are we now at the time where do giz, get married, get the thing, do all,
When
after 1 year, when the giz drop, you can go.
Self-drop.
Have we now moved to that time in our
can
life
there
where we
be-
just in and out of marriage?
When your body is doing giz, I mean, if you're a church person and you are going for counseling, this giz that your body is doing you now, 2 years from now, it's not going to do you giz.
Yes.
Are you ready to sustain? So it's at that place, at that point, that they now start to receive
Marriage counseling.
The marriage counseling.
After the man married.
No,
we now start marriage
before the
counseling.
marriage.
No, but if you get married in 2 days
the-
or 4 days.
No time.
No, they didn't
After
marry, they are just engaged now.
No, I was talking generally because we have someone who got married in 4 days.
days,
And
yes.
another.
And we also have that one that met herself on Twitter. They met themselves on Twitter. I mean, was it?
Yes.
And then they engaged themselves on Twitter,
married and 9
almost
months.
married on Twitter, gone self. And then
Yeah.
scattered. When they announced
For real?
this scatter,
Yeah.
you took the
Yeah,
story on
yeah.
this show now.
Yeah.
And when they were going to scatter, they scattered it on Twitter
Yes,
too.
yes.
The way they
have
met on
in-
Twitter. So in response to your question, that's why I said I would prefer, not to make a lifelong decision at the point where your body is doing you giz. Because they did not tell us that the giz will slow down. No. Nobody gave us that information. We just got into the marriage and realized after a while, brother, please sit on your own. I don't touch me, please.
Yeah.
Find your level right now. But because you have taken time to get somebody who is a friend, who you can live with as a neighbor.
I like that part. Okay.
It was always in my head. Can I live with you as a friend, even if we no longer have emotional connections anymore? Are you that good that we can stay together as neighbors?
So we're still discussing this matter of falling in love. And as I said, we like to always remember that DJ Cuppy is not our focus. It was just a reference point. So the real conversation is about finding love early and how sustainable is it. And you said something before the break, which I thought was important. Friendship. You see, what you're trying to say was that if you find somebody who you have giz might fade off. But if it's giz plus friendship, that can sustain you even when that giz fades off. Yes, we get that point. But my problem, therefore, let me come back to UBC, is that so when people have that friendship, sometimes it's not enough. Even if the giz failed, that's why some people end up cheating on their spouses. And they say that's why they tell you, have a long courtship where you can know, can I be compatible, not just as per friendship level, but can I accept everything about this person? Because when that giz fades off, you need more than just friendship.
Okay.
You need much more than that to sustain a
So
relationship.
when I mean friendship, I mean a lot more. For you to be a friend to somebody for a long time, you have things in common. You have shared interests. There's a form of compatibility. That's why some friends, even girlfriends, don't last. They start off the relationship before you realize that you two of you are not compatible. They're always fighting. Everybody will pack their face. So for you to get to a point where you have been tested and trusted, even as friends. So when we say friends, we use the words anyhow. They are true friends. They are friends and they are friends. I'm talking about that trueness in the friendship where both of you are vulnerable with each other. Both of you understand each other. Both of you have each other's back. What I see most times is even couples don't even have each other's back. You see this one, instead of you to protect your spouse in front of your family, you are the one exposing his nonsense in front of your family. No. I'm just telling you, there's a level to friendship. So when that giz is there, you cannot see through that friendship. And that's why they say do not add sex. Because sex has a way of blinding you and you think you're seeing everything. But if you remove that sex and the giz fades off and you are seeing this person for who he is, you are seeing how he relates with other people, you are seeing how he talks to people, you are seeing how he respects people, then you know, can I go the long haul with this person? Let us tell the young people the truth. That giz does not last. Some people, soon does not last more than 3 months. Some 6 months. Some 1 year if it's too much. It fades off. And then you face the real person you are married to.
No,
So don't be in a hurry.
his lasted though. It's still
My own is still lasting, but it comes and goes now. It comes and goes.
How is your own lasting? Most of us that has faded. How are you busy?
because we don't live together now.
Why you see? You're not saying what you're saying.
Yes.
You are in a partnership, not a marriage. Your partnership is like with uncle, auntie,
Come and go to your house.
You lucky, you go to Agora, Arobo Shele. Where's that area again? Arobo Shele. That's your area.
No, I won't even.
I don't know.
Who told you to talk now?
So there's space.
So there's space. Whenever you need need that space. You go.
You get it.
You get it.
We don't. We can't go anywhere.
Where we go where?
So even go and visit somebody and sleep over, they will not allow.
They'll be telling you. They'll be lecturing you. Where are you? What time did you get there? What time are you coming back? You know, you don't have that. So that's why your giz can last. Yes. So maybe we should be using her as a template.
Should we now become partners?
Maybe marriage should now be, well, marriage by document, but can we be marriage in solo? Me and me first time.
Well, I can also look at another thing.
Okay.
The age of YK and her partner. And I don't mean just their physical age. I mean that they are not taking care of children. You're not doing school runs. You're not going back and forth. Or just, you know, and then the pressure that comes with being a young couple. You're trying to sort out bills. You're working, both working because you're trying to put money. I mean, it can be quite overwhelming. And some people have found out that their giz level will drop like during the beginning time of their marriage. Then when the children start leaving, then giz starts to happen again.
Yeah.
So now, when someone says, you know, they're getting married in 4 days, in 25 days, the fear is, do you have enough? Are you sure that this giz will be able to sustain you through those tough times, those times that you'll be going through the pressures of life? Because right now you're both on your best behavior. They don't know how your fart smells. They don't know how. Maybe
They still don't know your breath.
The breath, you know, your breath smells in the morning. Usually in 25 days, you're still waking up very early to make sure that you have fresh face and, you know, your breath is smelling. You know, in that early days. But as time goes on, you now start seeing parts of the person and you're like, do you do that? Do you think this way?
Let me tell you my fat story. There's a guy that I used to date. His name is something, you know. I really like guy, really cute, chubby kind of guy.
I'm already embarrassed.
So, the guy, I mean, back many years ago, and he brought a car to pick me up. I know for me, for a girl, the guy pick you up was a big deal, you know. Nice, clean guy, picks me up. Oh my goodness. Wound up. When the car was in front seat, I was holding my fat. I was like, God, please don't let this guy smell this thing. Don't let this guy smell this thing. I said, they were heading down. Oh, the fly. I wind down my own side. I'm pushing out the fly. It's a fly.
You would have noticed.
Of course.
It's
I'm
not
sure the
funny
guy
to
knew. Nobody does your business.
Let me tell you, one, how serious this party thing can be. A friend told me of her brother's fiance that he said he's not doing again because she started farting in front of him. He could not understand it. How can you be farting in front of people? People can't stand. See, there's some people that can take it and there's some people that can't take it. It just shows a lack of respect.
No,
now.
I don't think
and
so.
a lack
Fat
of wanting
That
to
thing doesn't
maintain.
have. It doesn't take permission.
A lack of trying to maintain the romance. You know, romance is so fleeting and everything. You conjure up this picture, and then you now just fart into the and bring reality
But
into
you know
this.
that if you hold it, sometimes if you hold it, it can cause infection.
Yes, it goes inside.
You mean
On a
cannot
first,
go
on a
somewhere?
first date, can you part on a first date?
Somehow it does not come out on the first date. Why?
No, it
Why
can't.
does it?
My own came out on the first date.
come
Oh.
out
You
on
may
the
have
first date?
gas issues now.
Maybe you didn't like the guy now.
No.
I'm telling you,
Anything
that's
can
all
happen.
you
No,
do.
no. So you know, there's something they told me when I was in the university that anybody cannot fart in your presence is hiding something.
Now you
Yes.
start he's hiding
Yes.
back.
No.
Look,
It's secretive.
it's
And it's
not
hiding something.
No.
It's a superstition in my place.
I'm not
That if they can't
having-
fart in your presence, that person is not real.
See,
It's a
I
superstition.
can't just say this story. There is this person that I know. Hey, God. Wait.
All their secrets will
You
be
will
out.
run away. You will run away. Kilo day.
Oh my goodness. But
I'm sure it broke up our relationship. In the end, it broke up our relationship. What is it?
This thing is too disrespectful.
no, I will never.
Some people actually have gas.
If you have gas issues, sort yourself out before you come into someone's room and just release things. It's not fair.
I understand that experience because that happened to me that one time. For me not to forget it. That guy was such a cute guy, nice guy, clean.
Use your mess to drive
you know,
him.
I think the guy didn't come, of course. I'm not sure if it was because of the fat, but he broke up. All the guys usually break up with.
It was because of it.
I disagree.
I had to be winding down. Oh my God, this fly should go now. They can't hear me again.